SP Tusian of sptusian.com also joins into our conversation. Mr. Tusian, good morning. Thanks for joining us. I wanted your thoughts on how to approach power stocks like NTPC after the news flow that 25% of surplus coal.
Sonia, I don't think that I'll be taking any kind of positive move, positive view on the stock, largely because of the no benefits seen getting quantified at this stage, number one. Number two, we have been keeping this negative bias on the utility space, and more specifically if it is a PSU, maybe like NTPC, NHPC kind of things.
Well, Mr. Tusian, the other news in the papers is that SR is probably holding out an olive branch to Arcelor. We also were privy to information that the JSW Group is not tying up with Vedanta and backing SR in any fashion. So does it now look like the SR resolution will happen? Would you be positive on banks because of that?
Lata, I think now the ArcelorMittal is seen to be having an upper hand. It is seen a foregone conclusion that SR Steel is going to ArcelorMittal. And as regards the Ruiya's, olive branch and all sort of things, I think that is more in respect to their other assets which they are holding at the plants adjacent to the SR Steel, in respect to the power plants or maybe the kind of things which are not part of the IBC process, and they want to monetize, because now even SR Ruiya's have admitted that they won't have any chance of retaining the control of SR Steel. So yes, the things are seen to be quite positive. In fact, monetization of SR Steel is happening. Maybe people would have been happy, or the bankers would have been happy if the SR Steel deal would have gone through for the higher amount of 50, because obviously any lender will be wanting to extract the maximum out of the pledge assets. But never mind, 42,000 crore will be coming in from the ArcelorMittal. That will see the quick conclusion, because this particular case has been there on the lingering on for maybe last about 18 to 24 months. And apart from that, I am expecting that 8 to 10,000 crore of the incidental assets, which are very much useful for the acquirer of the SR Steel, to get acquired from Ruiya's also, and eventually that money also will go for retirement of the debts. So overall, banks will be able to realize about 55,000 crore, and I don't think that there will be any kind of haircut even on those 10,000 crore assets which will get monetized by the Ruiya's by giving it to ArcelorMittal. Will definitely be seen positive, and I think maybe taking a cues out of this, maybe the larger PSU banks like SBI, Bank of Baroda and PNB, and fourth could be Canara Bank in the same pecking order should be looked into.
Okay. Mr. Sam, good morning. A larger question on the overall market. Do you get a sense that we are closer to some kind of bottom, especially in broader market? I mean, there are classical telltale signs, right? SIP is slowing down. We hear every day more short calls than long calls. I mean, are these indicators that perhaps we are closer to the bottom?
See, Anuj, if you see the market behavior of last 7 days, and more especially after the introduction of this weekly option Nifty, weekly option Nifty, in fact, nobody will give you the positive view on the market, because for the last 7 or 8 days, and in fact yesterday's fall, which could be due to the last hour selling by FIIs. But if you really ask me, I am extremely positive on the market. In fact, I am seeing the markets to be seen in an extremely oversold position, because if you really take a call for the last 6 or 7 days behavior, knock off the yesterday or day before's 2-day pattern. Prior to that, we have been seeing the intraday selling getting covered in the evening, and then you have no positional short seen now. But in the last 2 days, maybe positional short and cash selling seem to have come to an end. In fact, in DIIs, typically always they are buyers whenever the FII is seller. So if the table turns now, because if the DII starts booking profit when FIIs will be seen turning buyer, that will be seen extremely positive, and that will lead to massive short covering. So it's difficult for me to give the timeline, but I won't be surprised to see Nifty rising by about maybe 200 to 250 points in this February series. We have hardly 2 weeks remained, and maybe Bank Nifty, in fact, I'm taking a level of about 27,300. So I'm keeping extremely positive view, because on the valuation parameters having seen bottomed out, and market is due for massive short covering, which will come with any kind of informed buying coming back from FIIs.
Okay, sir, I also want to ask you about the technology stocks that saw correction yesterday, but I'll do that after a short break, because when we come back, we'll be just in time for the pre-opening rates. To stay with us.